Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to come on real quick and give you an update on some of the changes and some of the things that have happened in the real estate industry over the last couple weeks with this COVID-19, with all those changes that are being impacted or happening because of that. Couple big things is real estate is considered essential. So as real estate agents, we are still showing houses, but I will say that we have changed some of our, at least Tara and I have changed some of what we're doing. We're no longer holding open houses. They will all be virtual, like the one we held last weekend. And we're only doing in-person showings when we have qualified buyers. So we're trying to make sure that everybody that we're meeting in person already has a pre-approval and is ready to go, so that we're not having in-person contact, with somebody who's not quite ready yet. We are still doing buyers meetings. We're doing them more virtual over the phone or through a video message. Same thing with seller appointments. We can actually do an entire CMA remotely with a video tour and some pictures and things like that. So if these are things that you want to do, just reach out to us. We're still 100% able and willing to do them at this time. We're just doing them a little different than we were prior to this. Houses, I'm sure you've noticed, are still coming on the market. They are still going under agreement. They are still going under agreement fairly quickly, as in prior weeks prior to this. There are less buyers, I will say that, so there's a little less competition because there are a bunch of people who have put their search on hold for varying reasons, right? So a couple other quick things to just note, some things that have changed and some new laws that have been put in place over the last couple weeks in order to help people continue to buy houses and sell houses if they need to. One, in Massachusetts, they have actually changed or are allowing smoke certificates to be done by the buyers after the closing. So prior to all of this, if you were buying or selling a house, the seller was responsible for having the fire department come in and verify that the smoke detectors in their house were functioning and up to today's standards. Well, now with not all fire departments are working and not all those smoke certs are being able to be done prior to the closing, they're now saying, okay, the buyer has 90 days after the state of emergency ends to get it done. So that's a new addendum that is kind of out there. It is only in Massachusetts right now. It has not been rolled out in Rhode Island. Rhode Island is basically saying if the smoke cert can't be done prior to the closing, that you can extend your P&S out and the closing out in order to accommodate that. We're also adding an addendum to the purchase and sales, where not so much the attorneys are, but that addendum, it's called the COVID-19 addendum, and it is basically putting in another layer of protection if something happens and the closing can't happen according to the purchase and sale date. It will allow both parties to extend out and or terminate the contract with nobody's fault, and the buyer still gets their deposit back and things like that. The other thing that's happening is, so appraisals are still happening. Appraisers are still considered essential employees as well. Although they are getting a little bit more lax with appraisals. In some cases, they are doing appraisals by driving by the property and gaining images from the listing agent instead of coming in. It really depends on the situation and the appraiser and the sale and the purchase and sale, that kind of thing. So it's kind of a case by case basis, but appraisals are still happening, which is really good. The other thing that's happened is they have relaxed the employment verification laws. So they had some very specific ways that employment verification had to happen. They've relaxed those slightly so that there's a little bit more time in order to get that verification done for your mortgage, and or they're allowing that to be done via email versus on a phone or in person. So those are, some of the things that are kind of going on. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to Tara or I. We're always available to answer any of your questions. And like I said, things are changing on a daily basis. So there might be some more rules or some additional changes that are happening. Both Tara and I are staying up to date on those the best we can, and we will continue to share those with you as they come out. And if you see a house that you have questions on or you want to go see, if you're not comfortable coming out and looking at it in person, let us know. We'll also do a virtual tour, so we can go and do a video conference with you and show you the property and answer any of your questions while we're there. So that's all I've kind of got for you at this point. Stay safe and healthy, and hopefully we'll talk to you all soon.